Every time I finish a book, I post a video sharing my thoughts about the book and what I learned. And right now, the latest book that I finished is called The Power of Now. This is a for me, it has been one of the most challenging books I've read because it has very deep concepts. Um, the language, it's not very familiar to me. Like the vocabulary he uses is not very familiar to me, and I believe like applying the concepts that he's explaining. Some of them they're very simple and super powerful, but some other are super deep and have an immense power of change and growth. And I'm only starting to get a grip to these concepts, and I find it very interesting, very challenging. It took me a long time to read it. It's not that big, but yet it took me a long time, mostly because of what I say. It's been challenging, so that's one of the things I wanna share with you. The other thing I want to share is like it's full of knowledge. It's full of basically it's like a spiritual journey to learn who we are, and also to make the most out of this experience. So it's called The Power of Now, and it teaches us how to be present and how that is the solution for a lot of things. Right now, at the end, it talks about surrender, and I think that's a nice part that I want to share with you. So I'm gonna mention a few things that I think they're important. Is like first is like who you are or who we are, and we are not our body, we are not our mind, mostly not our mind. We actually believe that, but we're not our mind. If we were our mind, we couldn't call it our mind. We should be calling us me. But no, we don't call it me, we call it our mind. So what is me? What is it that I am? And definitely it's not my body and my whatever and everything I can call my is not me. So that's one of the most powerful things. And what happened most of the time is two things. The first one is like we're living either in the past or the future, and we're holding to it, and we're not being present. We're not living in the present. So that's one of the problems that most people have for a lot of things. The other one is like we identify ourselves with things that we are not, like our mind, like our thoughts, like our beliefs, like our bodies, like our experiences, like our problems, our challenges, our situations, our circumstances. We identify with all of that, and that's also a problem because we're not that. And when we do that, we're just basically like taking the way that just makes it everything harder. So the book teaches how to identify who we are and how to get in touch with that, and how that opens to a whole new world of possibilities and abundance and beauty and light and luster and abundance, and prosperity. So I love it, and so that's mostly what I want to share with you. I recommend it. Read it. Like everyone read these books. These books talks about relationships, problems, about pain, anxiety. It talks about everything, and everything starts like with not being present. So it's really powerful. At the end of the book, there's a whole chapter talking about surrendering, and that's exactly what I want to share right now because it's I found it very interesting that we started a project called Surrender to You. It was started by my really good friend and mentor Diane Agars, and she decided to share this with me to make me a part of it, and I'm super excited about it. We put together a beautiful project where we're giving value to people right now during this COVID time that they could be struggling, or they could be in need of something to to help them to go through it. And I think surrendering is one of the most important things, and this book talks about that. So what is to surrender? To surrender is not to give up. No, 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 no. Let's not confuse it. To surrender is to stop resisting, to accept. And when we do that, when we actually acknowledge the now, like for example, if Corona just came and then I lost my job, and I'm like not accepting that, and I want Corona just to go away, and I want things to go back to normal. And you see, like when I want Corona to go away, I'm thinking about the future. When I say I want things go back to normal, I'm thinking about the past, but I'm not being here present in this moment. I'm resisting the present. I'm fighting it. I'm not accepting it. I'm not surrendering to the present. And that's where all the problems start. The first step is to surrender, to accept, to start resisting, to stop fighting it. Accept it, acknowledge it, and then you will see first, for example, that we're blessed, that we're very fortunate, even like despite what's happening right now, we're still very fortunate and very blessed. And second, that there's a lot of things we can do. For example, that's why we put together this. So like I recommend you to go right now, whether you're struggling or not. You can find a lot, heaps, huge amount of value in what we put together. You can find the link in my bio. I'm going to share it also on the copy of this video, and I recommend you to go there, register yourself. It's completely free, and you will find hundreds of dollars of value, gifts, information, services, products, all kind of stuff, connection, networking, perspective, inspiration, coaching, business, money, all different kind of things. There's a full pack of value in different aspects of our life that right now can help us to strive through this whole situation, to accept it, to own it, and to know that this could turn into an opportunity if I decide to see it that way. So again, I recommend you to go there to my link right now. Register is completely free. Download. You will receive an email. Download the PDF and access to all the value we're providing, because definitely there's a lot for everyone, for different kind of situations that you could be going through. And again, if you're struggling, you definitely want to check it out. If you're not, I'm sure you will find you still find a lot of value. And make sure you get in touch, like go through the whole document, go through the whole PDF, go through the whole project, watch all the videos and see where you can find value, and get in touch with any of us that you actually feel connected to. So that's my invitation. Read the book, super powerful. If you're struggling right now, read the book. If you're doing great, read the book and do better. It's very powerful, it's very deep, it's very challenging, and it's full of knowledge. It's a beautiful, beautiful spiritual journey. And I'm like, to be honest, I'm only getting started. I have so much to learn from this. Again, one of the most challenging books I've read so far. So I love it. I love it, and I recommend it to everyone. Remember, so one more time, invitation to surrender to you. Stop resisting it, stop fighting it, accept it, surrender to it. It doesn't mean give up. It doesn't mean to give up. It means to surrender, and then it flows. It's beautiful. That's exactly what I want to share with you. I'm gonna leave my details in the copy of this video. Feel free to contact me. You can use WhatsApp, you can DM me on Instagram, you can send me a message on Facebook. I'm always open to connect with people, to see how I can bring value to people's life and make a positive impact. And that's exactly what the 12 of us are doing in the Surrender to You project. So that's why I love it. And that's why it's amazing. That's all I want to share to you. Remember, be extraordinary. Always keep growing. That it's all up to you. And enjoy the ride. Bye.